What's up, everybody? I'm here yet again with another book review. This time I want to talk about a Bone Chillers book called Blowtorch at Psycho.com, which is a book I was actually looking forward to reading for a very long time. And I finally finished it, and it was disappointing. This was not a great book. So funny story. When I was a kid, I actually knew about the Bone Chiller series. I didn't know much about, like, the Shivers and Spine Tinglers. I know about the Bailey School Kids, different things like that. But Bone Chillers, they actually had quite a few at our public library at school. And this one I've never seen, like, in person other than me owning it. So, I was excited to get it. When I first started kind of collecting books other than Goosebumps, this was like one of the first things I bought, mainly because of the title, the cover. The cover is absolutely really cool. Like, I love this. I mean, there's this guy coming out of a computer monitor. It's an old school computer monitor with a blowtorch. And yeah, the guy does look pretty menacing, pretty scary. As for the book, the scariest thing about it is actually reading it, because this book is 103 pages, and it felt like it was like 800 pages. I felt like I wasn't going to finish it. I almost put this up and just didn't finish it. I knew a little bit about this book going in. I knew it was something about a story coming to life type story, and those are usually pretty good. I thought that it would be more like The Blob That Ate Everyone, or Escape from the Heebies from the Ghost of Fear Street series, or The Thrill Club. It was more along the lines of Dr. Maniac versus Robbie Schwartz. And that's a book that I don't like. I will say that this is better than that, but not by much. And if not, it's pretty even. I mean, this is a bad book. You'll see when I get to the rating. But yeah, this wasn't one of my favorites. Basically, the story starts off with this kid named Jason, and he is working on a short story to put in this contest at a school, where whoever wins gets it published in this big anthology. I would have loved that if I was in school. That would have been awesome. Jason loves books. He collects Stephen King. He has like a closet full of books and stuff like that. And that's kind of how I started off. I just put all my books in a closet. So he was pretty relatable. And I really enjoyed that. So basically what happens is he starts writing the story, and Mr. Blowtorch here, he doesn't like onions, he doesn't like beans, and he doesn't like Swiss cheese. And he writes all of the stuff that this guy is forced to eat or something. And he says, like, the onions look like maggots. He says that beans give him gas, which is, this book has a lot of potty humor. I can't remember what he says about Swiss cheese. Doesn't matter. And basically what happens is the more he writes in the story, the more stuff like Blowtorch changes. Like, he changes things back. And it's not entirely explained how he's doing this, or like what's what. For example, like, he gets up one morning and he sees that all of his food is like the trays from like prisons. His parents are wearing prison stripes, and they're offering him a bean burrito with like Swiss cheese on it or something, and he doesn't like this stuff. Now, Blowtorch is allergic to it. But yeah, so like the reality thing kind of swaps, and it's really confusing and really kind of dumb. Yeah, I didn't really like this that much. There's really not much to say about it. He doesn't use a blowtorch, he uses a hairdryer, which, that's already kind of dumb. Like, towards the end, he actually uses a blow dryer or a hair dryer to get rid of the protagonist, and it's not very good. One thing I'll point out too about Jason, I liked him at the beginning, but about chapter 5 or 7, I don't like him. And this is kind of petty, but basically there's this little girl that likes him, has a big crush on him, and she writes him a love note, and he balls it up, like, in front of her. And I was like, oh, you little turd. But, like, I hated it. And that actually kind of bothered me a little bit, Towards the end, we do get, like, a little happy ending. So I did like that. I also like that there's like this prison. I don't even know if it's like a different reality, different world, or what. And basically, like they get kidnapped, put on this bus, and they're carrying to this like big dark prison. Their parents are going. Their parents end up carrying Jason to this prison, like for his birthday, so because they're like brainwashed or half blowtorch, whatever. Yeah. So there's no blowtorch in this book. There's no psycho.com either. Um, the only saving grace is this little girl that likes this kid, and that I thought that part was cute. Like towards the end, she does something to save them, and that's literally it. Um, yeah, there's some prison jokes in here that was pretty funny. But yeah, this was easily the least favorite of the Bone Chillers books for me. Um, if I had to rate it, I'd probably give it a 1 out of 5 stars. Like I thought about a 2 out of 5, but then I thought about other books that I gave 2 out of 5, and I like this less. I mean, this was bad. This is probably the worst book I've read this year. Like I said, it took me forever to even finish it, and it's a 100-page book, so there was no excuse. So yeah, that's it for me. Blowtorch at psycho.com gets a 1 out of 5 stars. My first bad Bone Chillers book. Did you guys read this book? Do you guys own these books? Do you read Bone Chillers? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you. Goodbye.